Hello again. As ever, I'm having issues with a certain cat, but whenever I start to do one of these things, she'll ignore me all pigging day, but whenever I start to do one of these videos, I get a cat. I'm getting the feeling this is starting to become a theme, so I may as well just embrace it. Excuse me, darling. I know, but, trying to do something. You're not really helping. So, you have to go over there. I'll come back in a minute. Right. I got a new thing. This is it. Oh, God. I think she's going to run straight back in front again. I'll see if I can get by. Right. And as you can see, it is a colourful auto lamp of infrared ray remote control, which is lovely Chinglish, and basically means that you get these plug and play lamps, which I think they're meant for cars, 12 volt. You stick them in your what are they called again? Your light in front of the car, and this is your remote, and it even comes with batteries. You pull it out. It really is very plug and play. And I thought, could have many uses. It'd be more useful if it was RF. It isn't. It's infrared, which is a bit silly, considering you'd be sitting in the car and wanting to change the colour of your lights, and they're out there, so you'd have to get out of your car, press the button, and then get back in again. So I can't really see them being very useful for that, which is probably why I can currently buy them on the Chinese market for about £1. But I thought, they might have uses. Now, I think they will, as it happens. Now, wasn't saying as it happens. Was not saying as it happens. It's a very Yorkshireism, but unfortunately somebody very bad made it a bit of a thing of theirs. Now then. Okay. This is the type of socket that you will get in a car headlamp. Headlamp, that's the word I was looking for earlier. Hey, my brain. It does come eventually. I'm slow, but I get there in the end. Right. This is the thing I've just done the back. You see it's got two little metal things. In the end of that, you can't see that. There's two little bits of brass that go together like that. I think they're brass, copper, whatever. And so you put them together like it was a Christmas bulb, like that. See? Ta-da. This is what I mean about plug and play. And then because I bloody hate soldering, you get these. You see that's a plug and socket. They go together. 12 volt size, 12 volt DC size, i.e. same as this, which is currently plugged into the mains, which is a 12 volt DC charger. Now, stick these ends, put them in there, screw those screws there, and without any soldering, you've got your full arrangement that you could then put into anything. You put that into any kind of lamp you like, or any kind of object you like, and ta-da, it would become a lamp that you could then control with the remote. And I shall demonstrate now what that would be like, because ta-da, here's what I made earlier, and I'm not one of those people that likes to make these. Oh, bloody hell. Hang on. Yeah. That was god awful. I don't want to have another one with bloody seizure warning on, so I'm probably going to have to again now. Oh, well. Right. Well, I plugged it in, as you can probably tell, and it went a bit bonkers. I assume that's what it resets to. These things tend to have a demo mode. It's tend to, to attract attention. It's usually god awful, much like that one just was. But, I forgot what I was saying now. I started a sentence and that bloody threw me. Oh, it might come back to me. Anyway, so let's go through motions. What we got? I'll have to be quick with this. Hang on. Red. Okay. Red, orange, green coloured, green, blue always looks really weird on this camera. You probably figured out this is not a very good camera. Right, but there you go. I mean, honestly, isn't that good? You can just plug that in to blooming anything you like, really. Just arrangement, stick it in anything you like, and I mean, I've got to think. Hang on, this is just the top off another bulb. Right, if I just stuck that on that, right, there you go, and now you've got. Oh, look at my remote control bulb. Oh, isn't it lovely? My nice remote control lamp that I can stick somewhere in the house and people can be impressed by and think it's really expensive. No, it's just a car headlamp bulb, 12 volt DC. Stick the two together. Ta-da! There you go. You've got a bulb you can control with a remote. Isn't that good? I think that's rather impressive. Right, and if I put this to white, I want to demonstrate something pertinent to a conversation I found myself getting into earlier. That's with somebody on YouTube, and if I can get this to focus on this, I shall get onto this subject, which is, can I get that to dim down enough so you can see what I want about? Just about right. Can you see? It's quite difficult to position this. There we go. Right, if I do this, excuse the strobing, that's red, that's green, that's blue. But can you see that they're all in a slightly different position? You see, the red's over there, green's over there, the blue's over there. Now, when you go to white, all of them turn on at once. It doesn't look like white at the minute because we're too dim, but if I get this to go back again, please. Come on. Oh, that'll have to do. Hopefully that's in focus enough. Right. That's white, but can you see, particularly if I put my hands in front? Yeah. You see the way the shadows of my fingers? You get the light splitting back up again. So it appears white, but then you get this, the edges of things change colour a little, because obviously it's actually going red, green, blue. See my hand as well, look. But they split up, especially with things that they're close to. The further away you get, the more that'll look like white. Closer, you get that. But also, if you get hold on. If you get a piece of glass and then you shine it through. Now, the closer I get to this, it should look. There we go. Can you see, as I move the glass past it, how it splits the light back up again, and you get these nice rainbow effects going on as all the different colours re-split, because they'd merge normally. You might notice a little bit of the colour, but generally speaking, to the human eye, full back, all colours blazing, it would look white, but shine it through something or shadows or whatever, and it all splits back up into its separate colours again, and you get these nice rainbowy spectrum effects going on. Subtle. And so if you want to make something look interesting, particularly if you want to make a cheap bit of glass look like expensive crystal, it's splitting everything up like a prism, then get one of these, get a red, green, blue, bright white LED, or a number of them like you've got here, to get brighter intensity, and then you'll get this effect. You'll get this effect like it's expensive lead. See that? Where it all splits up into its separate colours, and you can make cheap and nasty bits of glass look really interesting by just using this type of LED, or using it in that way. And I find them very useful for that. And you can get any kind of look at the that's interesting. Now on camera, my camera's now deciding to focus on something else. Oh well. I don't see on camera that looks way more interesting than it does in real life. And the cat's coming in again. So it might be time to wrap up before she decides she needs some loving and plonks herself right in the middle of the arrangement. But there you go. You see, if I stick that back in there again, you see, white light, take it out, split things up a bit. Not white light, or rather white light with the rainbowy effects around the outside of things. And it has uses, this sort of thing. You can create some very interesting effects with this arrangement. Rather nice. I'm watching her, somewhat distracted. So I like this. I really like this. I think this is really good. So if you look around for, let's see if I can read it again, for a colourful auto lamp of infrared ray remote control on some Chinese knockoff site, you might be able to get yourself one of those. And people, by the way, are probably wondering, why don't I just put the links in that I got these from? Well, it's because the places where I get these from are just from Chinese sellers who are just like people in China, who are like on eBay. And if you ask for something like this, they'll just go down to the market, buy one and send one to you, and you'll never guarantee you're going to get the same thing twice. But it does mean you get them for the prices that they buy them over there for, which is like a couple of quid. So, I take potluck on these things. Just a bit of fun, you see. So there's really no point in giving you the link, because who knows what you'll get next time. But that's kind of the point. It pays you money, it takes your chance. This is AliExpress, in case you're curious. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm sorry to say, even though I use it. It's, how should we put it politely? It's, I don't want to... no, I don't think I can put it politely. You have to be careful. You may not get anything for your money, particularly when it's very cheap and you haven't got the best recommendations, which is why things are cheap usually, is because the person selling it is just kind of get a bit of cash, you know. And you may not get what you pay for, but I usually do, and I don't mind losing a few quid now and again to take a chance on these things. This is the sort of stuff you put with, which I think is really nice, and I'm going to find a use for that. Anyway, there you go. I really like these. Really nice. Plug and play little lamps. Stick them in anything. Ta-da, you've got a remote control, multicolour lamp that you can stick anywhere in your house and people will think you paid a fortune for. And then it explodes in flames because it's cheap Chinese tat. But, you know, I ignore that part. It shouldn't do. It's 12 volt. I'll keep an eye on it anyway. And we'll see whether or not it gets hot or anything. That's another factor to worry about. This sort of thing from that aspect is something I need Big Clyde to test, I suppose. Anyway, I'm done here. Thanks very much for watching, and ta-da!